let's play the journal game. I am so excited to start the next journal game. It is going to be Santa's workshop. So let's go ahead and get started. Today is what I like to call the pre-game day, which means we're going to get everything set up to then start playing. So I've got my booklet here with all of the gameplay instructions and details. I also have the sidebar stickers to use in this game. And then I also have the dice. I don't think I'm going to need these today though, but I have them, our little paper card dice. So let me go ahead and switch over the view so that you guys can see everything that we're going to start with. Okay, so I'm using my Holiday Hometown Village journal. And I'm going to jump ahead a few pages so that I can keep all of my gameplay together. Okay, so we are going to start right here. Let's open this up and see what we are starting with. All right, so a game of Santa workshop. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. The snow drifts higher outside, but inside the workshop, the glow of the lanterns, hammers, and laughter keeps the cold away. Wood curls, sugar dust, and tinkling bells fill the air. Elves, helpers, and holiday spirits bustle from bench to bench, making treasures for the season. Santa's Workshop is a journaling game of festive creation. You are one of the workshop keepers. Ooh, an elf, a tinkerer, a baker, or an inventor. Each day you'll roll dice, follow prompts, and sketch or write your way into building magical objects, wrapping gifts, and surviving holiday chaos. With only a journal, a six-sided die, or we're going to use these little journal dice, but I also have a journal die, a die here. Your workshop will come alive day by day through toys, inventions, mischief, and seasonal wonder. This isn't about perfection. It's about making the creak of the scissors, the jingle of the bells, the scent of gingerbread paint, the hush of a package waiting by the door. Oh my gosh, super exciting. All right, so then over here, it's also going to have a table of contents in case you want to jump ahead. We are going to start right here with our setup. Things you'll need to play is a journal, got it, a dice, I got it, pen or pencil, and also colored pencils, stickers, stencils, paper. You know we're going to use all of that good stuff. We're going to skip how to play because we kind of know how to play. We're going to skip the example for today. But let's do preparing the workshop because this is where we need to start. Okay, let's see. Let me make sure I didn't skip anything. Start with prepare your workshop. Okay, here we go. Choose your workshop style. I guess we are going to use some dice today. So let me go ahead and open those up, and I'm just going to give them a little mix. These are really fun because they're hard, kind of like, I don't know, a really hard cardstock. They're really nice. Okay, decide what kind of workshop you'll be running. This sets the tone and atmosphere for all of your encounters. You can choose the one that inspires you or roll a die to let chance decide. Each workshop has its own atmosphere, details, and flavor to filter your encounter through. So we've got a candy-coated workshop, a frosted forge, a whimsical toy loft, clockwork hall, crystal studio, and enchanted greenhouse. I think we'll let it turn it and choose and see, right? Let's do it. All right, so I am shuffling these up, and how I like to use these is to just lay them out. So there's going to be 6 cards, 1 through 6. We're going to pick this one, which is lucky number 6. So if I go with this one, it is going to be an enchanted greenhouse. Lush, glowing, full of plants and warmth, holly walls, poinsettias, pine beams. Makers weave greenery into gifts. Staff moments are pruning, potting, or crafting wreaths. Atmosphere, fresh pine air, rustling leaves, and magical blossoms. I was kind of thinking I was going to be like the gingerbread maker. So let's see. Create your workshop. So if we go with Enchanted Greenhouse, which I just might do, create the workshop. Give your workshop a clear identity, jot quick notes, or a small sketch. So for example, a workshop name, a signature station, a signature material, signature feature, reputation, and then a rule that everyone knows best, an optional motto, and then we create the workshop keeper, which could be myself or another just character that I describe, and then we'll start building our map, and then it'll be time for day one. So we're gonna go ahead and stick with this because that's what I rolled. Let's play the game the way the game should be played, right? But if you guys are playing along and you're like, but I really want the other one, feel free to choose the other one. All right, so we're gonna do the same thing that I did in the last game. We're gonna do a little pre-gaming over here. The first thing I'm going to do is pick one of these sidebar stickers. These are all so pretty. Let me see. Looking for one to see if one has any like greenery in it. This one could be good. I think I'm going to use, you know what? I'm going to use the baking one with the gingerbread because even though it's a green one, we're going to do gingerbread in here. That's going to be my job, is to make the gingerbread for everybody. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Now, just remember, these are, these are a little bit longer than our new size journal, made to fit in our Excel journal or any journal that you may have. So you may have to trim the top off just a little bit, which I am happy to do. Just want to see where I want to trim it off from. I think I'm going to trim it off from the bottom. So what I like to do is to put I'm just going to grab one real quick, a sticker sheet underneath the page where I'm going to put a sticker. That kind of helps me make sure that it's lined up. And these journal sidebar stickers are so much fun because they have just little like snaps. So when you bend it a little bit, this will snap off and give you a clean cut for placing down your sticker, and then you can peel all the rest of them off too. So I'm going to go ahead and start up here at the top. Let me put this up here. And I might have to trim just a little bit, but because I know I've got that room, I'm okay with that. And I'm going to press that down, make sure that when it falls into place, it'll be lined up. And then I'm just going to go ahead and peel the rest of the paper off the back. And then very, very carefully just let this fall into place, just like that. All right, let's go ahead and trim our bottom. See, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now I'm going to use my corner rounder on those side pieces, but you can, on the corners, sorry. But you can cut them just as easily if you don't have a corner rounder. All right, so I'm just going to make those round. All right, so that is our pregame page, and what I'm just going to do here is write Santa's Workshop pregame. So I stuck with the Enchanted Greenhouse style. That was something that was chosen yesterday as part of the game. The name of my building or place in Santa's Workshop is going to be the Frosted Gingerbread Garden. The signature station inside of there is the frosting fountain. Signature material is snowflake seeds. A special feature is that there is a gingerbread tree of seasons inside. Reputation is for being the whisperer of the spices. Cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove listen to me when blending themselves perfectly. One known rule is no gingerbread leaves the garden without a wish. Love that one. And then my motto is frosting makes everything more fun. My character name, just wait for it. It's very whimsy and very fun. Tally Frost Whistle. Who doesn't need a really cool, like wintry vibe Santa's Workshop name, right? My role will be flavor weaver of the garden. I will still continue to carry a bucket of frosting and a paintbrush. My quirk is that I hum while I'm painting frosting. And my reason for doing this is because frosting makes everything more fun. Okay. So let me give you a little bit of background. I kind of expanded on some of those. So let me just give you a little bit of background. And then as we progress through the days, the way the gameplay comes into place, it will make it a little bit easier, I think. So Snowflake seeds. They grow on trees in the greenhouse. You cut them off and add the seeds to gingerbread dough for a yummy flavor and added texture that is never the same. No two are ever the same. And then to add to the frosting fountain, it'll add a sparkly, sugary confection to the frosting. The gingerbread tree of seasons is a tree that changes with every holiday season. For winter, it has gumdrops and candy canes. For spring, it has sugared blossoms and pastel cookies. For the summer, it has a citrusy gingerbread fruit mixture. And then in the autumn, it is spiced leaves and gingerbread crisps. I mean, seriously, who does not want this tree all year long, right? Next up is my quirk. So I have, while I'm painting with frosting, the tune changes the flavor of the frosting. So for example, if it's cheerful, the flavor is cinnamon. If it's mischievous, the flavor is peppermint. And if it's calm, then the flavor is vanilla. So here's a little bit of a background on Tally Frostwhistle. She is the flavor weaver of the Frosted Gingerbread Garden. With her little bucket and brush, she hums enchantments into frosting, for no gingerbread leaves the garden without a wish. Her motto, frosting makes everything more fun. All right, so that is a little update for our pre-game. Now, I did skip the part of building out the workshop, which is just like a map that you can draw. I'm still going to skip that for now because I want to give some time into really thinking about how that looks, and that is not something you all want to watch. Trust me, the smoke you can't see coming out of my brain for that. So, but what I do want to show you is I did have the help from AI to create Tally for me. Isn't she adorable? She's got a little bit of frosting on her cheek. I just think she is so sweet. So I am going to cut her out, and she is going to be standing over the map of the workshop when I build that out. So for now, she's just going to go over here. But now you have a little visual of what she looks like. Join me again back here tomorrow, and we will dive in and start playing the game.